So, hello guys, welcome back to our sixth episode of our podcast named HACKCAST. Today we are having our sixth episode with Shakti Ranjan. He's a hacker and brand ambassador and also a bug hunter. And here we are having a few announcements for you guys. We are launching a 7-day bootcamp on reconnaissance and automation. You can check out the links in the description. Also, you can check out all our courses. We are having a batch 10 of our bug bounty course starting, so you can check that out, and also a lot of things for you. And don't forget to check out the free resources link in the description. So, let's get into the video.
So, hi all. So, I am Shakti Ranjan Mohanty, also known as Encryption. So, I am into this field since it's been 5 to 6 years. So, I am means before doing bug bounty, I am into the cybersecurity as a corporate person. So, I've been doing pen testing and all since the last 5 years, and I am a lead security engineer at and also I'm doing bounty actively since the last 3 to 4 years. And I'm recently got the brand ambassador of HackerOne and also a verified hacker. And I have near about 3,000 points in HackerOne, and I mostly prefer hunting mostly on HackerOne because see, as a corporate guy, you just will have the time at night, and all you need to means do is also give your family time and all everything. So that's what make me be a part-time bug hunter at HackerOne. So that's all about me.
So that was a great introduction. There's a lot of perks you can add in your CV, right? That's a cool one. So there's a common way we just start our podcast. So how do you get into the whole field of cybersecurity? Like a lot of people goes into by the influence of movies, by some other things. Everyone got a great story behind it. So what's your story behind this thing?
So actually, I don't remember from where it's been started initially, but what I can remember is it's all started during my 10th, and also I was planning to do the 12th on the means computer science and all. So unfortunately, I got admitted into a college where I took computer science, but unfortunately there is no faculty for there. So I have to choose biology, and later but since then there are some self studies as well. So since then I was into the hacking, but as a kid, so we are not into the means real world of hacking. It's just like fishing something and doing random things. So these kind of hackings I was into it at that time. But later when I came and joined BCA as my graduation, I went into the depth of hacking, like how the corporate needs a hacker and how they need a pen test of what are the importance of cybersecurity and all. So that's how I moved into cybersecurity while I being in BCA. So I was there in BCA. I just moved to cybersecurity completely. So later I thought of joining MCA as a 2 year course is not a wise decision at that time. As you know, there are a lot of
Mm-hmm.
competitions in software engineering and all. So that means there is a motto in my life that if you are doing something, if you love something, uh, and if it's your passion, then that should be your profession as well. So I means stick with that, and I choose to have the cybersecurity as my profession as well. So that's what I am following my passion as my profession. So by then, so after the graduation, I joined some internships, some organizations for cybersecurity. I did well, so I just got promoted, and then I entered into bug bounty. That's it, all about me.
So that was a quite a passionate story about hacking. So I
Yeah.
can say
So
that you started your whole journey with passion. And one more thing, did you start your journey directly into bug bounties, or you were into some other field in starting,
no,
like the
no. Actually,
corporates, DevSecOps, or something else?
yeah, no, actually, what I feel is people nowadays thinks that bug bounty is what about
Mm-hmm.
cyber security. They feel cyber security is all about bug bounty and all, but no, it's just a small part of means the whole world. So means if you keep aside bug bounty, there is a lots more thing to learn. And being
Definitely.
a guy in cybersecurity for the past 5 to 6 years, I am not even, I can't say that I have learned everything. You can't be good at everything. You may be good at pen testing, you may be good at reverse engineering. So there are various fields. You have to find where your strengths are. So that's what make you a professional guy in this particular field. You have to think in where you are good and in which thing you will love to do. So that's what make me a penetration tester. And latter, you can say it's a part of penetration testing. Bug bounty is a kind of penetration testing you are doing for your own, not for your company or anything. It's a kind of freelancing. So and it's just a small part of the whole cyber security. That's what my take. So I don't know about others.
Okay, so yeah, definitely that's a good take. Like, usually the beginners or the people who think that cybersecurity is limited to bug bounties, web security, or something called a VAPT in job rules, but there's much more than that, right?
No, no. Actually, these intentions are made due to some mislead kind
Yeah,
of factors in our field. Like what I observed initially, that people like beginners moved into bug bounty majorly due to some
you know,
random courses offered
yeah,
by people. So I
usually,
saw people
yeah,
offering bug bounty courses, which I am against of, because see, if you are making someone learning bug bounty, it's good. They can earn some money. They can go with some low hanging bugs. But I feel somehow we are spoiling their careers by
definitely.
focusing their means aim to bug bounty rather than cyber security. So if we can give a course which will provide cyber security as their career, how to do pen testing, how to do network security, how to do means like all kind of stops in a combined way. And later let them know that yes, the way you are doing pen testing, this is the way you can do bug bounty. And yes, bug bounty will be a different kind of thing from pen testing, but if you'll do by yourself, if you'll have the knowledge, if you have the experience, that can make a difference.
Definitely. Like, I would add a point to the bug bounty courses, right? Usually, your point is 100% accurate, right? I'm also having a courses, but there is a scenario, right? Where I have seen a lot of
Mhm.
people are like, if you're asking them about to start your career, they would be like, join my course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not fair, right?
Actually,
You are just,
there are a lot.
hmm?
Yeah,
Complete,
please say.
complete it.
Yeah, actually, there are a lots of courses which are good for bug bounties, but what
Definitely.
I feel bug bounties should be the barrier for means for the beginners. The beginners shouldn't go directly into the bug bounty. The professionals who are into the cyber security for 2 to 3 years, they can join bug bounty course, and they can see how the bug bounty hunters making their approach to hunt for bugs, because they are used to with the penetration testing, not in the bug bounty.
And when another beginner is trying to get into the field, you're not supposed to just give them something. Just let them explore the field. So when there are
Yeah.
like peoples to me, like not everyone is gonna join your course, right? You get a lot of profiles, you will get a lot of questions. So
Mhm.
people are usually like, I want to get started into it, but how can I do it? Can you guide me? So I usually ask them few questions like, why you want to get into cybersecurity? And the main thing is like, okay, if you want to get started into this, explore your passion, right? You are not supposed to get forced on web security. You're not
Mhm.
supposed to do something cloud security because it's trending, right? Because
Mhm.
in then it is going to be frustrating for you, like, oh man, why am I doing it?
Yeah.
So this is not supposed to be like that. So I usually give them a path like, okay, explore yourself. Here is all the things that are known as cybersecurity combinedly. And usually I can say that that is just something called a loss for me, right? Usually as a course guy, it is a loss for me because not much people are gonna join after it when they are trying to explore. because bug
Hmm.
bounty is not just a screenshot of bounties, it's like a lot of duplication frustration,
Yeah.
right? So that's the thing, if they're getting a good career, then there is nothing wrong with us, right?
Hmm.
But usually there is a, you just quoted the mislead. So there is
Yeah.
usually like, the tweets, or I'm not gonna say the tweets, usually the stories, the status
Yeah.
of getting bounties. It's not that easy, man. I think you would agree.
Yeah, see, people with
Hmm.
no knowledge in cybersecurity are getting into work bounty, and they may get bounties, but they can't sustain a good career. Yeah, few of them
Definitely.
can. If they are good at, they are very well at doing work bounty, they can later move the field to pen testing and all. So they can sustain, but there means out of 10 they might be two, but the rest 8 will be destroying their careers by directly jumping into bug bounty. Means till now I am not giving any kind of training to the online guys to randomly. So there are few training programs in running our city, where I am giving training, but these are focused more into the corporate stops. So means I was contacted by few people to give bug bounty courses and all, but my priority was to do what, like make sure that the people who are joining are not beginners, because if I'll make them learn bug bounty, then they might get distracted with all the stuff. So I means in future, if I'll do any kind of training through any third party, so I'll make sure that the targeted audience should be like into the cyber security for few times, so that they can differentiate between the bug bounty and pen testing, and they have a sustainable career.
Yeah, so definitely, anyone who is trying to get started into any field have at least have a basic knowledge that they can differentiate between what's wrong, what's right, right? And that's the main reason. Now, the next thing, you are just doing bug hunting, right? So
Yeah.
there's a usually two question I ask to all the bug hunters. What's the methodology you use? If you wanna share some part
Yeah.
or the whole thing, anyway.
See, so Ajay stated before that means I am a lead security engineer at some corporate field. So means I'll be there for 10 to 6 in office directly. So later when I'll come back, it will be around 8 at my place. So since 8, I'll have means 1 p.m. Sorry, 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. like this. So in between that, I need to manage my bug bounty time and all. Means as you know, means like automation will take much time than manual hunting. So
Definitely.
but I feel that means it people are doing exceptionally well. People are doing exceptionally well in automation. But what I feel that if we are doing bug bounties for some programs, their major goals is to set their business environment safe, and their business environment lies on their main program. So that's what my motto is, to hunt on the main programs only. So I won't go for the wide scope, as it will take more time, because being a hunter you have to give time in the recon things. So that's what means like I haven't give time to upon a target for fetching all the information and all. Yeah, that's necessary. I can do that, which I am doing in the projects and all. But yes, doing the recon will take a lot of time. I am doing the recon only at weekends, when I have the whole day for the hacking. But having 4 to 5 hours is not a wise decision for me. So that's led me to focus more into the manual huntings, and that works out for me. I means hunting on the manual programs mostly means being fruitful for me. So that's why I'm hunting more on the manuals. And talking about the methodology, like when I am picking up a means program or target, so it's basically like means the major part of the whole process or the whole game is picking up a target. So like people are thinking that the program has 340 400 plus blocks are resolved, so you may not get anything from there. So that's not the case. So all you need to find means a program. My methodology is to find a program which have cross functions, which have a critical functionalities like cross functionalities, and there are multiple user roles. There are multiple means wide area of testing, and you have a lots of functionality to test. I pick some kind of websites some applications. So when I pick that, so I just give I'll just give 4 to 5 days for understanding that application without pen testing there directly. So being a normal user, I'll observe everything, each and everything. So if I need any kind of information, I'll go their documents, I'll go through their blogs, everything. And if possible, if it's a public program, I'll go through their activity page and all. So once I'll have information, it's a kind of recon, you can say. Once I have the information as a normal user, then I can have my mindset what I can do, which can be affected. That's something helps me a lot. Understanding the application means, once you will understanding the application to a means better than anyone else, then that will help. Let's for an example, let's say suppose we are connecting the Google calendar to the applications for cross functionalities over Google accounts and all. So as you know, means when we are connecting a Google authentication to the application, it is doing something, or there should be some functionalities that is being fetched from Google, or that is being used by that particular application. So if you are familiar with the application, you know what will be happening after having that Google account connected with your account. Then you can think better than as a hacker to what to do out there. So sharing my one experience, like there will be application. So there was an application I was testing, and it has a functionality to connect the Google accounts. And during my observation, I just went through all the process and found that after connecting the Google account, it will fetch all the events data, all the booking data, all the sensitive other sensitive information into Google events, or into the Google calendars directly. Once you'll connect the Google account to that application, so it will send all the information to the Google calendar. Later, you can go through your Google calendar and you can fetch all the information. So as the means like application based on the events and the bookings and all, so their main data and their sensitive data are these booking data and these event data. And it also includes the email number, email ID, mobile number, and the username as well. So what I found that so there was CSRF, and I have connected the my Google account to the victim's account with a single click through the CSRF. And once it is being connected with a single click, the victim's application will send all the victim's information of bookings data, mobile number, emails to my Google calendar. So that's what the impact was. So I found similar works through and means I found similar works in some other applications as well. So what the whole point is, understanding the application will help you a lot.
Definitely. I have seen a lot of people who are just spending some time like, okay, here's the website, here are the
Mhm.
parameters, let boom. No, it's not like that. You have to explore the website because in the end they know the functionalities to protect, but they don't know how to protect their own scenarios when it comes to business logic, right?
Yeah, so it's not all about business logic. Once you will go through all the functionalities, then you can know that
Yeah,
means
how everything is working.
working. So my habit was like I just once I'll done with the means observation and all, I'll spend one day for all the requests to be passed through the intercept, and I'll see that. So once I'll be familiar with these kind of stuff, then I can do broken access control. Then I can thought for IDO. Then I can thought for other bugs. So anything. So the picture will automatically come to your mind what to do out there, what kind of request it is, and everything. And I don't think automation will work on main domains, because main domain is a thing there business functionalities are there. So you may get CSRF, you may get SSRF, you may found SQL injection, you may found API related issues. So there is a lots of means wide scope you can try out there once you get to know about their request and response tags out there.
Yeah, that's an important tip. Like usually, if any hunter is hunting, they will be like exploring the website for few hours, even days,
Yeah.
and just capturing all the requests and just checking the whole intercept history about it, right? There's a lot
Yeah.
of parameters, and I think you will agree that you make notes. Like, okay, if we find this parameter anywhere in any
Yeah, yeah.
website, we are just going to just bomb a lot of things on it, right? So that's
So
the important thing.
just means like see what happens right there means I just took notes. See if something is like if they are not allowing excesses at some certain points, if their policies says that excesses is out of scope. But during my test, I found some excesses. I'll keep that endpoints in my notes, so I'll wait for their response. Means if you are familiar with the program, if you are an old hacker at the program, they may change, and it happens a lots of time with me. They may change the status that they are accepting excesses now. So at that time, you will be the first one to report these bugs, and that will help you. That will be a scenario. And in my case, you won't believe, means I only stick with one program for months, 1 month, 2 months, like this. If I feel yes, I am done with my side of testing and I can't find any more bugs over here, I just leave that application and go for the next one. So but I'll stick with one program until and unless I feel that yes, I am done with this.
Oh, definitely. Like, Recon is all about just having a visual eyesight on all the websites and functionalities, right? In short, if I say,
And yeah, means what I say is like if you are doing corporate projects, means automation may not be more helpful, because see
yeah, I have
you
heard that when it comes to cooperates and other things, the
yeah.
automation is simply banned. You are limited to like 5 requests a second around that, right?
Yeah, so you are limited to give a limited request. That's one case, and due to the third party issues, they are not allowing you to use the automations and all. So that's the second case. But what I feel the major thing is like when you are means getting a project to do a pen test, you will get that project in a staging server or in their production server. So what will happen, you need to test all the stops out there in the staging server. So if you will do directory brute force, maybe that will help. But you can means recon is means whenever we are doing recon, we are targeting the wide scope domains. But in the case of corporate projects, you will not get wide scope targets. You will get a single target, and that target will be hosted there in the staging server. And maybe means that happened with me a lot of time when we are doing some directory brute force. So we suppose I get some php.info file. So if we will give the report, then they will state that it's a staging server and we need to have the PHP info out there. But that will be not there in the production, means in the live server when we will move the means the whole site to the live server. So means that's the scenario. There are four major problems you can do pen testing with automation in your corporates. So
Mhm.
that's are the few limitations.
And one more thing, right? It like there is a lot of difference in corporates and in freelancing, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I would like to know about how the corporate works. Like, okay, you have to just maintain the ND of your company, right? But around you wanna give an assumption or an idea about it.
See, if you means if you'll say if for the beginners, if they want to know about the corporate side, see if you are if you are an experienced one, and if you are doing bug bounty very well, then you are habituated with the competition. And in corporate you are only competing with the developer, and in the bug bounty you are competing with the means like lakhs of hackers out there. So competing with lakhs of hacker will furnish your brain, will make you unique, make your thought unique. You have to think out of the box. So that will be a gym center for your brain, you can say, the bug bounty. So if you are doing bug bounty, and if you have a good means career in cyber security, yeah, a corporate thing will be like easy for you. Like as you are not targeting a means like wide range of people. You are not means competing with the wide range of people, you are just competing with the developers. So that's the case. And yes, in few scenarios corporate things are means like challenging as well. Some of the clients don't need any kind of automation, any kind of tools to be used. So at there you need to do all the things means through the bobsuit. And yeah, that may be easy, but at some time you'll need to do some manual coding for the tool and all. You have to make a tool by your own coding and submit to the client, then they'll approve by reviewing the code and all. So that's, there are lots of scenarios, so that varies corporate from the bug bounty world.
So you can say that in corporate we are just directly doing one-on-one thing,
Yeah.
and why in the freelancing there is a one on lot of things.
Yeah. So freelancing, if you'll say freelancing of a particular pen test, freelancing in terms of pen test, let's say you are the company owner, you hired me for the pen testing for as a freelancer, then there should be also the case of one and one scenario. This is not a scenario where you are competing with the whole world. But what I am saying initially, as I told, means like you should first learn cyber security. So once you learn cyber security, this will help you means getting a job into cyber security. And once you'll have a job, you will have a good idea how to pen test. Then once you'll have a good idea how to pen test, then you can do bug bounty means slowly, because you'll need to upgrade yourself day by day. You'll need to read write-ups, you'll need to go and learn from the activity. So this will be a slow process, but once you will get into bug bounties easily, then the corporate projects will seem easy for you. That's what I am saying.
Okay, so like there's a, we can say there's a big difference between freelancing, the bug bounty thing, and the corporate world, right?
Yeah.
They are like kind of the two sides of a coin about the
Hmm.
crowd we are having or the competition we are having when you're testing the website.
Yeah.
And
See.
rather than that, if you're not focused about weapon testing bug bounties, if we talk casually about cybersecurity, what are your views on how AI will affect it? And second thing, the most asked question, uh, like we all know that cybersecurity is not a limited field. The
Hmm.
technology is going to be evolved, and yet cybersecurity is also going to be evolved. Then what are
Hmm.
the other fields which can be helpful, right? Or which can be in the trend in the next few years, like cloud security or something else?
Mhm. See, what I feel is like we may means before 3 to 4 years, we haven't heard the term Web three. So now Web three is also emerging, and with the Web three emerging, we are also means have the demand of Web three security. We are having the demand of Web three security, and we are viewing that people are earning crores from the Web3 security and all. So, as you know, Immunif has banned the people who are using Chat GPT and all.
Yep.
So, what I feel like means if will AI is a thing that will affect somehow, but this will affect the more thing which are means like AI will affect the stops which are dependent more on automations, like the no, low hanging box. Let's say using Nexus, using necessary automation stops. So that may be taken over by the AI, but doing a manual pen test over a network, that seems difficult for me to state that. Yeah, maybe means it will be more difficult for the AI to match that level of a pen tester who has a great experience in pen testing the networks and all. So that part AI won't means I feel that AI won't do that. But yeah, technology is emerging. We can't say anything. But yes, we just need to be upgraded with the new stops like Web3. If AI will take over a few part, then we will move to the next part. So that's what our process is. We need to learn every day. But what I feel that manual hunting won't be affected by the AI. That's my
And
perception.
also AI also can be hacked, right? They are also the part of technology,
Yeah. Hmm.
and everything which is having any sort of connectivity can be hacked, right?
Last time I saw a tweet that means hackers are doing pen testing on Chat GPT as well, and they are finding bugs means in their APIs call and all. So they are using some technology. They are using the same technology that all are using. So they might be better, but they can't cover everything. So manual things won't get affected. Automations will affect a few area, like see, it's a similar thing you can see. Means on means what I means remember in 2012 13, people are not more accurate into the automation part and all. But now you can see there is nuclei. So but nuclei can't cover the whole stops.
Mm-hmm.
Means you need to do some pen test for finding cool bugs, or you will get the duplicate. So AI is something greater than these automation tools, but I won't feel that AI will affect the pen testers or the pen testing field.
Definitely. And one more thing, like okay, AI is having a not that big effect, right? But if it is also getting, if it like you can say that AI can be hacked, right?
Yeah.
So we can say that we are still able to win against AI. And can AI hack us? There's a there's a this is a question I saw on Pinterest, I guess. Can AI hack us back? Is that possible? What are your opinions? I'm not sure about it.
No, I am not sure about it, but what you can say, AI is something a new technology to us. We need to know more about AI to state anything. So saying anything means without having the proper knowledge will not be good. So AI is a new technology. We have to give the time to see what happens in the future. But that's we should have like faith on us that if means something is new, then we need to learn this. We need to move to the new field. So people are getting stuck with the web application PT. People are getting stuck with the low hanging bugs. So we just need to move around. We just need to move on with the new technology and all.
There is a friend of mine who is into the cloud security. He just
Okay.
sent me a kind of slang or a kind of a particular line
Hmm.
which says AI is like waves. It's cool, but we don't know much about them, right? So AI is kind of fascinating about all the fields, but in
Hmm.
the end, it's like a complicating and a lot more we have to know about it, right?
Yeah.
Because we are not aware of its capabilities at all. We
Yeah.
know its capabilities at some point, but in the end, there is a lot more things that we are not that are still unknown to us, right?
Yeah. So that's what I said. Means it's a new technology. We have to spend more time to learn what their potential is. But yes, means I stated that it may not affect the manual pen testing and all. Yeah, in some ascent, it may affect the automations. But it may prove me wrong in future. So let's hope not for means
Not for now.
Yeah, not for now, but yeah, at the time it will take over the things. There will be new things which we are doing, and they need to be reach that point. So that might be a case.
Now there is a thing like you are hunting on random platforms from a lot
Yeah.
of time, right? You are a bug hunter from number of years.
Yeah.
So I would ask three tips you are trying to give to beginners or even to advanced students.
Okay, so see, for the beginners, what I suggested before that, sticking with the term cybersecurity, not in
First
the
one.
term bug bounty. The
Mm-hmm.
first thing. Second thing, have a career in cybersecurity first, because bug bounty can make you earn more money.
Definitely.
It's not a thing which is sustainable. Like in my case, in some month I am earning more than 5 6 thousand dollar or 7 8 thousand dollar. In some month it means downfalls to $2,000 or $1,000 like this. So it varies. It is not a, permanent source of income. Once you'll have a career, you'll have a job, you know at the end of the month you are earning this amount, and your living style should be limited into this particular amount, not thinking that this month I earned $5,000, this would be my way of lifestyle. That's the second thing. Having a means career and having a job will always help you. If you'll be a full-time hunter, so what will happen, like when you feel tired, or when you'll feel frustrated, or you'll try to get a job, you won't have the experience in the corporate world. So they will treat you as a fresher. You may have experience in bug bounty, but you are new to the
Yeah.
corporate. The
Usually the
starting.
corporates are not considering the freelancing experience as an experience.
Yeah. So they will need corporate experience. They will see your previous salary structure, and accordingly they will give you the salary, and they will give you a payroll. So this is the second scenario. Having a job with the, and doing bug bounty with the job can, as a part time, will be a great choice from my take. And third thing, sticking with one program, and like let means not jumping into the program again and again, like you means people are like distracting over, means like if they pen test for 1 to 2 hours, they are getting distracted, they are moving to the next target. Sticking with one target will help you. And what I can add out there, people are mostly follow methodology, but I am means against that. Means methodology can be your own. Methodology is something which works for you, so you need
Yeah.
to find a way which works for you only. And see, if I'll say methodology, there is no methodology you can say. Like if you know SQL injection, if you know XSS, if you know such kind, means some box, then having the target with you, and you can show your expertise there. All you need to be unique and think out of the box. That's the only method you can be successful and more successful. Making your own methodology which will help you will be a good choice for you.
Definitely, methodologies can't be inherited because it is working for someone else, and they
Yeah.
just share their opinions. It is not guaranteed that it will work for you,
Yeah.
because if something like let's suppose you are having the git recon on the third step of your methodology, right? For example, now there is some things that you are looking for it particularly, right? There are some things that you
Yeah.
are looking according to your, I can say, experience. So those things depends on on the a person, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And a lot of people find issues on hunting or testing a crypto site, the Web3 or something else. So are you having any suggestion about it? Because H1 is having a lot of things about it now. It is completely going to the
So,
crypto things.
so
So
I am
any
still
suggestions?
with three. I means like I am not. I haven't have more experience in this particular field. So I'm just a learner in this field. So I means I can't answer this particular question because I am not into this field right now. So I'll move into this field in some months, or in some years
So
actually.
so guys, this is our sixth or fifth or sixth episode, and we still got no answer to this question. Really, you're asking to multiple people, and they're like, usually, I would even say that definitely it's hard for it to
See,
explore the field because it's pretty. You can say it is just rapidly changing the internet, right?
yeah.
When it comes to Web3, there's a lot of things are getting changed into the UIs and a lot of things.
One thing I can state out here,
Hmm.
means I am learning a few of the programming languages that are need to be done with the Web3. Why people are facing problems in this particular field of Web3? Means I am into this for the last 1 month. I don't know how much time I'll give to more time, how much more time I'll give to be a means beginner in this field. So I'm still a learner, but what I can feel that why people are failing, this is the main thing. If you are into cybersecurity, then you must have gone through JavaScript, you must have gone through some basic coding languages if you are into the cybersecurity. But as a bug hunter, what people are doing, people learned no rate limiting, people learned IDOR, people learned XSS, but they didn't learn the programming languages that are being used. So now when they are moving into the Web3, it makes you mandatory that you should learn Solidity, you should learn blockchain like this. So that's what making people frustrated or making people harassed in this particular field.
Definitely, it's all about the, it takes a lot.
Yeah.
In short, it takes a lot. Now here we are down to our last topic, right? So, what's the journey behind the H1 ambassador, right? So that's a cool tag, just inside of your name.
Okay.
What's the
So
story behind it? That was a pretty curious, right?
so when I started in Bug Bounty early into 2019, I guess. So means I was into the corporate, and I just got the first bug at Shopify, and that was XSS. You can say it as a self XSS, but what it was there in my profile and it was disclosed. So it was just a XSS, and I just reported that without any hope. But when I got tried, I didn't know what tried is, and later I just got $500. So I was just like, what happened? So later when I means once I got the means I got that bounty of 500 and $500, then I started doing more bug bounty. Means it's a kind of means like excitement of getting more bounties. So for this reason I started bug bounties out there morely, and that led me to the means like not applicables informatives, and I lost around 150 points near about in the negative near points. So at that time, what I feel that doing bug bounty for money won't work for you. So if you are finding for the passion, that may help you. If you think that I need to clear the bill for $500, I need $500, and you will start hunting, you may not get that much benefit. But if you think that this is my goal of submitting 10 to 12 box, or
Yeah,
dropping or getting 500 reputation point in the span of 3 months, so that will help you. But thinking about money and hunting, that won't help you. So when I just got frequent in 2021, so my first goal was to get a HackerOne t-shirt, as I was doing
that's a great feeling, by the way.
I
That there is a lot of clothes in my closet, but I still love the H1 thing.
uh, so means let me show you. So I had that on my profile. Yeah, I means I have that on my Instagram as well. This is the first time I got the HackerOne t-shirt. So that was the amazing feeling. So at that time I was initially it was my goal to get that t-shirt only, and reaching 500 reputation point at that time was more difficult than me. But nowadays,
It's 750 now, right?
sorry.
It's around the 700 points now.
No, no. Yeah. Sorry. My bad. It's 500 point. You are getting some. Uh, I guess there will be
I
some.
also posted the H1 thing.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
a cool thing, man.
It's a 750 swag.
Yeah,
For the 500, it's like some
bottles.
bags. Yeah, yeah. Not bottles. It's some
Bottles are on
bags.
the
It's bottles are, I guess, on.
on 750 the bottle and the t-shirt.
Not the bottle. In 500 reputation point, you'll get the wristband and some
Okay,
bag
okay, yes.
carrying. You may switch to Bobsuit Professional as well. In 750, it was the Hacker One T-shirt, and in 1500, it's a cap, and in 2500, it's a hoodie, and for the 5000 reputation, it's a bottle or a bag, something like this. So when I just got the T-shirt, that was my main goal. But later, my means goal are developed to have a clear hacker or a brand ambassador. So being a means why I became a brand ambassador, like in our region. So there are not more bog hunters who are actively doing bog hunting.
You are from Odisha, right? I guess.
Yeah, I am from Odisha. So in Odisha, there are not more people who are doing bug bounties. There are 4 to 5 active people right now, and they are not more active as well. So they all are busy with their corporate lives and all. So that's what I feel that Odisha in Odisha, let's make a good community for Hacker One, or make more freshers know that what cyber security, how they can sustain their career in cybersecurity and all. So that's what make me interested for applying for a brand ambassador. So in brand for being a brand ambassador, you have multiple scenarios to satisfy, and they will have an interview and all. And once you'll have the interview, yeah, they will decide whether you are going to be a brand ambassador or not. And being a brand ambassador, why I choose as a brand, means why I feel that I should apply for brand ambassador is like I love giving trainings, or I love giving means speak to the freshers, or I used to meet the people who are freshers in my region. So I thought making a community of Hacker One will help more people getting into this particular field. So that's what I joined means Hacker One brand ambassador, and after that I got a good response from our region, that there are now we have in our region, in our group we have more than 30 to 40 people who are from Odisha itself. So which I didn't know before. So that what helped me.
That's a cool, right? It's being up. That's a great feeling of wearing the H1 t-shirt with the being the ambassador.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a great
So
thing. I
yeah,
personally love to hunt on H1 because of the response time, the management team, and the whole thing. Right? There's a lot
yeah,
of people who are like, it's not a particular world, but yeah, there's a lot of people who are not hunting on it casually, on regularly. They are like, Hacker is one of the hardest platform to hunt on. Not like that. You just have to be more practical than VDPs.
yeah. No, see, uh, in my case, if I'll share my statistics,
Mm-hmm.
so in my whole 3000 points, there are 14 points there are from VDP programs, and I accidentally found, that's why I have reported, but I have never means intentionally hacked on VDPs.
Yeah.
uh, my case is a different scenario, because means if I am giving my corporate time, means after my time of job, if I am giving some time to bug hunting, so I should reimburse with something that will help me. What I will means I don't like hunting on the VDPs. Let's say Hotstar. So Hotstar itself is a millionaire company, and they are running their VDP. Why? If we'll start hunting these kind of VDP programs, then what they will do, all people will follow the same trend. I mean, it's like if means Hotstar is doing great with the VTP programs, and people are submitting bugs, they are getting points. So Netflix will do the same. So then, what will be the difference between the bug bounty programs and the VTP then? So if yes, if you are a startup company, you don't have a budget, it's okay to have a BDP. But having a millionaire company and running a BDP doesn't sound well. So that's what I expect. If I am giving some time, if I am helping, then I'll get some reimbursement. That's what my case is. So not BDP things. Yes, if the fresher are finding difficulties, they can go and play CTFs. If you are finding difficulties, you can get invitations through CTF. So this is a means tips you can have. So before when you will complete some CTF for two invites or three invites, before getting the invites, just mark your preference to the paid programs only in HackerOne, so that when you will get the private invites, you will not get the VDPs. You will get some programs which pays you bounties. Means if you are still not able to find bugs, so just go to the old programs and try to find low hanging bugs. Give 4 to 5 low hanging bugs and being active daily. So, is your goal for the beginners should be like to drop a few reports that might be not applicable, that might be informative. But if you are thinking it as a bug, don't think it might get duplicate or like this. Just report that. That's what. That's where you can means like be good at.
Yep. And also, usually, what I want to say is people find
Yeah,
that the
I just want to share the recent swag I got. This is the thing.
that's so cool, man. Account
Uh,
brand ambassador.
there are few more, but it will take a more time to
I think I
show.
have to share my address with you now.
Yeah, yeah, fine. So
That's a cool thing.
I will have more swags from HackerOne, but I'm planning a competition or some events like this. So there should be some competition to get the swags.
That's cool. What I mean to say, there is something, a lot of beginners, even though intermediates, I have met a lot of intermediates who are like, the platforms are not good to hunt on. They are like that. The platforms are not good to hunt on. I would say the platforms are something which are legitimate, in my opinion. Because when you're just finding programs with dorks, then okay, that program can be great. I'm not denying it, but usually what happens with them is like, okay, the response time is the biggest issue.
Yeah.
The response
So
time is on platform is great. To be honest, on any platform, not focusing a particular platform, it can be any platform, right? Then the trager team, the response team, the resolving the bounty method, the whole procedure is well maintained, and that's where the platform comes, right?
yeah. So yes, actually, the programs who are running bug bounty programs for the public ones. So there is a trust issue as well. Means you can't. You will submit a bug and you can't expect that you can't be sure that they will pay you something. If they won't pay you, then you can't do anything. You can't have a remediation team. You can't have someone to complain. So only thing I means there is the trust issue for the program owners itself. If the hacker who is doing bug bounty, if he will do any kind of malicious activity, then you can't also means like do actions against them properly. If it is a hacker one user, then the hacker one will have all the information about that user. So it's also good for a program and for a researcher to be in a program like HackerOne or BugCrowd like this. So in the both case, you will be benefited. For the researcher, they will have the trust issue, they will have a good judgment, they will have a good response time. So and for the program owners, they will have a means like team who can help them validate the issue. They will have all the details about the users who are hacking. They can take proper actions if they are violating their policies. So there are lots more things that having benefits to use HackerOne or Workcloud like platforms.
Definitely. So you wanna add some takeaways?
Yeah. So mm, uh, For the takeaways, like see, what I suggest that for the beginners, what you can do, like learn every day. So like there are lots more sources in internet, but you should stick with means like a few of them. Just downloading or having all the resources at a time won't help you. Just pick one popular resource which will help you, like let's say was testing guide. In was testing guide you can find all the kind of available
Yeah,
box. So make a checklist. Let's say today I have learned SQL injection. Make the checklist of SQL injection. Yes, this is the SQL injection I have learned. These are the notes. These are the methodology which I have found. If you are learning SQL injection today, go and search for the activity. Go and search for the
yeah.
write-ups for SQL.
Activity is usually underrated, but that's a great
Yeah,
resource to be honest.
yeah, it's a great resource. See, if you are learning, let's say if you have learned SQL injection, you have learned SQL injection in a classical way. But yes, reading write-ups, reading blogs will intimate you to the hackers, different hackers' mind, how they have approached. So this, if you found something interesting, you can add to that your checklist, and don't add to the checklist which thing you don't know. Let's say in SQL injection I didn't know how to do means like a time based manual injection, and I have added that. That's a wrong thing. So just learn the manual things first, then add that point to the checklist. Once let's say you are learning HTTP request smuggling, don't add HTTP request smuggling to a means
Only
checklist.
add it after you have mastered it, after you have completed all the resources available on the internet and the top 5 pages of Google search, right?
Yeah. So that once you will see means you will see after 6 months or after 1 year, you will have a good resource within your mind, and you will have a great checklist of yours.
And
So that will help.
one more thing I want to quote: be patient and consistent. It's not a overnight game.
Yeah. So what I feel that people nowadays, like if we are learning a particular thing, let's say SQL injection, so we just need to go through the basics. If we think that yes, we know the basics, let's directly jump to the core part, then there is something you will be missing. So just don't hesitate to learn the basics. Basics is everything. Once you learn the basics, you will be getting more interested to learn the what are the difficult parts.
And in my opinion, you don't need anyone to learn anything about
Yeah,
cybersecurity,
yeah,
right? There is
yeah.
everything available on internet, right?
No
And
one
to be
can.
honest, as a trainer or as I think you would agree that any course on internet is not going to teach you something which is not available on internet.
Yeah,
There is
no one.
someone who is being a mediator and telling you all the resources in another way or in another language. But you just in the end you have to do it yourself. And one more thing, don't just complete the thing. So, for example, you are learning catch poisoning. Don't be like, oh, okay, I've completed 500 blocks of catch poisoning, 50 POCs from activity. One more thing, add one more thing, go to Hack the Box, try Hack Me anywhere and get some boxes
Yeah,
about it. Don't be
practically.
just a theory guy.
Yeah, practical is a most need thing. See, so once you will be doing into the live ones, the scenarios will be different. So that's what you just need to means like understand one thing. You can help yourself better than anyone else. So no one will help more than you. So that what you are the one who will learn for you only.
And definitely be consistent, patient, and have the courage to continue what you are willing to do. So, this was for today's podcast. Thanks for watching. Like, and subscribe.